Hello friends, welcome back to another video, welcome back. This is TV. I'm not gonna waste too much of your time. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button below and share. Let's get into this video because remember that video I just made the other day about the guy who was asking, is it okay or do lawmakers follow the Ten Commandments and that kind of stuff? Well, like I said, I think he is a God-fearing man who might not know the truth, but he did the right thing on this one. Let's take a listen without further delay.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, my granddad was a Baptist preacher in South Texas. I've been going to the same church since I was 2 years old, and now I'm in seminary studying to become a minister myself one day. My faith means more to me than anything. I agree with what some of my Republican colleagues said yesterday. Faith is not just a private matter. I speak very openly about my faith in public. My faith is the reason I'm in public service. I believe we need more conversations about faith and morality in our society, not fewer. There is a spiritual crisis in our world that must be addressed, but this bill is not the way to address it. The separation of church and state doesn't just protect the state, it also protects the church. But every session we pass bills that erode this sacred boundary, replacing school counselors with untrained chaplains, using tax dollars to fund private Christian schools, teaching Christian Bible stories to our youngest, most impressionable students. And just yesterday, letting public school teachers use their authority to encourage students to pray. And now this bill, a bill to mandate the Ten Commandments in every classroom across the state. I think all these bills come from a place of fear. We're worried that people aren't coming to church like they used to. I share that fear. On Sunday mornings, I look across my church and I see a lot of gray hair. And I worry about the future of our church. But I firmly and passionately believe this is not the way to get people back to church. This is a power play. By using our power as legislators to elevate our faith tradition over all the rest, that's the kind of stuff that gives us Christians a bad name. Instead of living out the way of Jesus, we're imposing our beliefs on other people by force. Instead of leading by example, we're leading by mandate. If the goal of this bill is to create a whole new generation of Christians, I think this bill will do the opposite. I think this bill will create a whole new generation of atheists who think our religion is more about power than love. I love the Ten Commandments. I've tried to build my life on the Ten Commandments. But what does it mean to truly live out those Ten Commandments? The Apostle Paul wrote in Romans 13, the commandments, you shall not commit adultery, you shall not murder, you shall not steal, you shall not covet, and whatever other command there may be, are summed up in this one command. Love your neighbor as yourself. Love does no harm to a neighbor. Therefore, love is the fulfillment of the law. The Hindu student who sits in a classroom is our neighbor. The Buddhist student who sits in a classroom is our neighbor. The Sikh student who sits in a classroom is our neighbor. The atheist student who sits in a classroom is our neighbor. And we are called to love them as ourselves. But if this bill passes, we're going to put a poster on the wall of that classroom that says, "Thou shalt not worship any god before me." We're putting up a poster that says their religion is inferior. We're putting up a poster that says their faith is not welcome here. It's hard to be different as a kid. I bet each of you remembers a time that you felt left out, a time when you didn't fit in. We've all experienced that. It's the loneliest feeling in the world. It's why so many of Jesus' teachings are about outsiders and outcasts, neighbors who don't fit in. Forcing our religion onto Hindu, Buddhist, Sikh, and atheist students is not love. Forcing teachers to put up a poster in their classrooms against their wills is not love. Love does no harm to a neighbor. Love is the fulfillment of the law. I'm voting no on this bill, not despite my faith, but because of it. I'm voting no on this bill out of love for the Ten Commandments, out of love for the Constitution, and out of love for our neighbors. And I humbly ask you to do the same.
Is that not interesting? And like I said in my last video, this man right here that you are looking at right now, this guy, I think he, as many other Baptist people that I've known in my life, they sincerely love God, but do not know the truth of God's Sabbath. I think this is what is happening right now, because even though he doesn't know there is no such thing as Jewish Sabbath and Christian Sabbath, but in his mind he thinks this is the wrong way, and trust me, it is the wrong way. You know what? I want to be able to one day go to those meetings, hopefully, if I can speak. If I ever get invited into those meetings, into those meetings like right here, to give my opinion, maybe if I were to work for for the government in that capacity as a legislator, maybe I can bring the gospel and tell the people, hey, listen, the Bible does say that the United States will enforce a Sunday law. But I'm hoping it doesn't come from our hands. Just like Jesus said, one of the disciples was going to betray him, but he said, let it be cursed the day that person was born, because it would have been better for him not to be born, which was Judas. So I think in the same manner, as Christians, it is our duty to be involved in government so we can, as much as possible, refrain, well, not us, but God wants us to, as much as possible, share the gospel. That way we can refrain the evil people that want to do bad things. And I think, or actually I should say I believe, he is one of those people that I think we need to pray for him. I don't remember his name, but I will look it up again. Actually, you know what? Let me look it up right now. I know he mentioned his name in the beginning. Representative Jim Talarico, District 50. People like him, we need to pray for that person because he wants to do the right thing. But are we going to work with him? That's the question. But guys, it was a good talk and good to see that we still got some God-fearing people who are opposed to forcing other people to worship God. God doesn't force people to worship him, so we shouldn't do. But I'm gonna stop right here. It was WWL TV. Hope to see you guys again. Don't forget, if you like the video, put a like in click that like button, and don't forget to click that subscribe button as well. And let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Hope to see you guys again. Until then, bye for now.